Welcome to the second of the two briefing webinars for the 2016 Project Grants peer review process. Thank you for all the work you've done so far and for the work you're going to do in the week of your GRP meeting. Your generosity and commitment as an expert reviewer are really appreciated. This video will provide you with an overview of what to expect at the grant review panel meetings. Before the GRP meeting, you're expected to familiarise yourself with all applications in your panel that are progressing to full peer review. Particular focus should be given to the applications you're assigned as spokesperson. This will ensure you're able to participate fully in the discussions so that all applications receive a fair and equitable consideration. The timetable during the GRP meeting will be tight, so please come well prepared with your speaking notes for each of the applications for which you are a spokesperson. Your notes should focus on the major strengths and weaknesses of the application. Additionally, please have your proposed budget recommendations ready, clearly identifying any alterations to the budget or highlighting any issues you'd like to discuss with the panel. This will make a big difference at the meeting. So good luck with your preparation, and I look forward to meeting you all here in Canberra.
Each grant review panel is led by a neutral and independent chair on behalf of the NHMRC. Chairs are experienced researchers or senior NHMRC officers with extensive peer review experience. They ensure that no panellist exerts undue influence, that all applications are treated fairly, and they will keep the process on time. Chairs also manage any conflicts of interest. They ensure all career disruptions are considered. They summarise the key review outcomes, and they will lead budget discussions. Assistant chairs will aid their chair and also summarise key points made by panellists, especially those which include changes to budgets. A high-quality review process depends on collegial and professional behaviour. It is vital that panellists declare any personal or professional relationships or institutional affiliations that could unduly influence an application. The confidential nature of the process must be maintained at all times and in perpetuity, should any contentious issues arise that require assistance to resolve. Chairs and panellists can obtain information and guidance from senior NHMRC officers. A review time of up to 25 minutes per application should ensure enough time to consider all applications over 5 days. The cycle of an application in the grant review panel process starts with the chair announcing the app ID, title, CIs, their institutions, and any conflicts of interest. Once all conflicted panel members have left the room, the chair will announce the scores from the primary and secondary spokespersons. The primary spokesperson will read aloud the applicant's brief description of any career disruptions listed in the grant proposal, and they'll discuss the application, focusing on its strengths and weaknesses in relation to 3 specific assessment criteria. They will also note any other relative to opportunity considerations. The secondary spokesperson presents a report on the external assessments and the applicant's response to the assessor's comments. They may also briefly comment on the assessment criteria, but will not reiterate the primary spokesperson's comments. Following discussion by the primary and secondary spokespersons, the application is then discussed by the whole GRP. The chair will invite all members to comment on the application and raise any issues they may have. Once the chair is satisfied that all panel members have had the opportunity to provide comment on the application, the primary and secondary spokespersons will then reveal their final scores, between 1 and 7, in all 3 assessment criteria. It should be noted that as a result of the panel discussion, these scores may be different from those announced at the introduction of the application. The chair will ensure that the scores for each criteria are a true reflection of the comments from both spokespersons. All panellists, including primary and secondary spokespersons, will then score the application using e-scoring in RGMS. The final scores will be calculated, and the Secretariat will announce the final scores to the grant review panel. When the application has been reviewed and scored, the panel will begin the budget discussion only if it has an overall score in the top half of Category 5, which is 5.001 or above. Budget discussions for New Investigator, Cancer Australia Young Investigator, and electromagnetic energy applications will occur for all applications scoring a category score of 5 or above, which is 4.501 or above. All applications on the Indigenous Grant Review Panel, or IGRP, with an overall score in the top half of Category 4, which is 4.001 or above, will also have a budget discussion. The Chair will ask the spokespersons to lead the budget discussion and provide suggestions for items to be supported and those for which support is not recommended. This will include the duration of support, which can be any whole period year up to 5 years. It should be noted that for all applications, it is the responsibility of the applicants to make an appropriate case for all funding requests. Failure to do so may result in items being removed from requested budgets. NHMRC encourages support of highly innovative ideas. At any stage during the GRP, panels should consider nominations for the Marshall and Warren Award. This award recognises applications that are considered highly innovative, that may be high risk, but which may also offer the prospect of significant gains in new knowledge and/or concept development. Each grant review panel can choose to ultimately nominate just one application for this award, but it should be noted that the application must have a category score of 4 or above. During all GRP discussions, an independent observer, a highly respected volunteer representing the broader community, may be present to listen to the GRP process for short periods. They will report daily to the CEO or senior NHMRC staff and the GRP chairs. In addition, early career research observers and research administrative officers may also be present as an introduction to peer review at NHMRC. Towards the end of each day's deliberations, a reconciliation of applications reviewed will take place. This process gives GRP members an opportunity to raise any significant concerns regarding applications that have been reviewed throughout the day. After the GRP meetings conclude, scores will be linearised within each GRP. All applications with a category score of 7 or 6 are automatically recommended for funding. The same proportion of applications with a category score of 5 across all GRPs will also be recommended for funding. Funding recommendations based on these linearised scores are made to NHMRC's Research Committee, Council, and ultimately the Minister for Health. Subsequent to ministerial approval, applicants are advised of their outcome through RGMS.